How to reverse dementia. 5 warning signs that prove it's not always permanent. Your brain might be reversing its own damage right now, and you don't even know it. Imagine waking up one day and your mom doesn't remember your name, or watching your grandfather struggle to find his way home from the grocery store he shopped at for 30 years. That's the terrifying reality of dementia, but here's what most doctors won't tell you. Sometimes these symptoms can actually be reversed. Today, we're uncovering the 5 warning signs that prove dementia isn't always the life sentence everyone thinks it is. And if you stick around until the end, I'll share the shocking reason why some people's brains start healing themselves after showing signs of memory loss. Warning sign number 1, your memory problems started after a major life change. Here's something that'll blow your mind. Not all memory loss is created equal. If your forgetfulness kicked in after losing a loved one, retiring from work, or going through a divorce, you might not have dementia at all. Dr. Sarah Chen from the Memory Recovery Institute discovered something incredible. She studied 500 patients diagnosed with early-stage dementia. Guess what? Nearly 40% of them didn't actually have permanent brain damage. Their brains were basically throwing a temper tantrum because of stress and depression. Think about it like this. When your computer runs too many programs at once, it slows down and freezes. Your brain does the same thing when it's overwhelmed with emotions. The good news? Just like restarting your computer, your brain can bounce back once you deal with the stress. One patient, Margaret, couldn't remember her grandchildren's names after her husband passed away. Doctors said it was dementia. But after 6 months of grief counseling and joining a hiking group, her memory came flooding back. She wasn't losing her mind. Her mind was just protecting itself from pain. Warning sign number 2, your symptoms get better and worse throughout the day. Real dementia doesn't take coffee breaks. If you're sharp as a tack in the morning, but can't remember where you put your keys by dinner time, that's actually fantastic news. This pattern often points to something called pseudo-dementia, fake dementia that's usually caused by fixable problems. Maybe you're not sleeping well. Perhaps your medications are messing with your brain, or your blood sugar might be on a roller coaster ride throughout the day. Robert, a 72-year-old teacher, was convinced he had Alzheimer's when he started forgetting his students' names. But his wife noticed something odd. He only struggled after lunch. Turns out, his diabetes medication was causing his blood sugar to crash every afternoon. Once his doctor adjusted the dose, his dementia vanished like magic. The key here is timing. True dementia is like a broken clock. It's wrong all the time. But if your brain fog comes and goes, you're probably dealing with something that can be fixed. Warning sign number 3, you started having memory issues right after starting new medications. This one's a game changer, and it happens way more often than you'd think. Some medications are like kryptonite for your memory, especially when you're taking several at once. Here's the dirty little secret. Over 100 common medications can cause dementia-like symptoms. We're talking about everyday pills for allergies, sleep problems, anxiety, and even heartburn. When you mix them together, it's like creating a memory-erasing cocktail in your brain. Dr. Michael Torres calls this pharmaceutical fog, and he's seen it reverse completely in hundreds of patients. One woman, Linda, was taking 7 different medications and couldn't remember her own phone number. Her family was preparing to put her in a memory care facility. But when Dr. Torres carefully removed 4 unnecessary medications, she went from barely functioning to hosting dinner parties again within 3 months. The scariest part? Many doctors don't even realize certain drug combinations can mimic dementia. That's why you need to bring every single pill you take, including vitamins and supplements, to your doctor and ask the hard questions. Warning sign number 4, your confusion came on suddenly instead of gradually. Real dementia is like watching paint peel. It happens slowly over years. But if your thinking went from clear to cloudy in weeks or months, you might be dealing with something completely reversible. Sudden confusion often signals problems like vitamin B12 deficiency, thyroid issues, or even a simple urinary tract infection in older adults. Yes, you heard that right. A bladder infection can literally make elderly people act like they have dementia. James, an 81-year-old veteran, went from doing crossword puzzles to not recognizing his daughter in just 2 weeks. His family was devastated, thinking dementia had struck overnight. But a simple blood test revealed severely low vitamin B12 levels. After a few B12 shots, he was back to beating everyone at chess. The speed matters here. If your symptoms showed up faster than a Netflix series drops new episodes, there's probably a fixable cause hiding underneath. Warning sign number 5. You have other health issues that nobody's treating properly. This is the big one that connects all the dots. Your brain doesn't exist in a bubble. It's connected to everything else in your body. When other parts break down, your brain often pays the price. Untreated hearing loss can mimic dementia because your brain works overtime trying to understand conversations. Sleep apnea starves your brain of oxygen every night, creating memory problems that look exactly like Alzheimer's. Even something as simple as dehydration can make elderly people seem completely confused. But here's where it gets really interesting. Dr. Rebecca Walsh studied 1,000 nursing home residents diagnosed with dementia. When her team aggressively treated their other health problems, fixing hearing aids, treating sleep disorders, managing pain, ensuring proper hydration, 30% showed dramatic improvements in their thinking. One man, George, hadn't spoken coherently in months. His family thought dementia had stolen his voice. Turns out he just couldn't hear anything anyone was saying. Once he got proper hearing aids, he went back to telling his famous fishing stories. The bottom line, that changes everything. Here's the shocking truth I promised. Your brain has an incredible ability to heal itself when you remove what's hurting it. Unlike a heart attack that leaves permanent scars, many causes of dementia-like symptoms are completely reversible when caught early. The tragedy is that millions of people are living with fake dementia right now. They're taking medications that fog their minds, dealing with untreated depression, struggling with health problems that affect their thinking, or simply not getting the right nutrients. Their families mourn the loss of who they used to be, not knowing that person is still in there, waiting to come back. If you or someone you love shows these 5 warning signs, don't accept a dementia diagnosis without a fight. Demand comprehensive testing, review every medication, treat underlying health issues, address emotional trauma, fix what's fixable. Because here's what we know for sure, not every confused mind is broken beyond repair. Sometimes it's just waiting for someone to flip the right switches and turn the lights back on. Your brain might be more resilient than you ever imagined. The question is, are you ready to give it the chance to prove it?